Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and whatever else there is in this world, um, I found us. Well, I don't know. I found us an immigrant. Um, and by immigrant, I mean he doesn't live in Vegas. Um, he just had 10 tacos and he's ready. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I went over yesterday. I will post it in the description that there's some new changes coming, both a brand new playlist that our guest is on now, and a new channel which I will also link in the description from now on. But for now, it is our financial prospects playlist. This is the first video. I promised y'all. I did it. I did it. Soda. Where's so? Oh. So this is the first interview on the playlist, but this is also the first video. So I want to welcome our guest. He's my cousin, or as Germans say, cousin. Do not cancel me. I swear to God. So, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome financial connoisseur and taco eating maniac. Actually, no, that's me. Hold on. A taco eating man. I'm the maniac. Shawn Costas.
Hello, Jason. Good afternoon. How are you?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Oh, I'm good.
Or good night. I don't know which one it is.
Or good. Yeah, it's nighttime somewhere, and I should still be sleeping, but I'm not. Well, Shawn, welcome to the show. I know this is your first time, on the show, so this is cool, right?
Yeah, it is. It's an interesting show. You're pretty funny, I hear.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, it's
and you got
you
some
gotta
good
be funny when you're me.
Good sources. That's important.
Oh, I know. Yeah, thank you. So I want to start this. I told the audience that we're going to be talking about crypto and stock and apps and websites. So the first thing I wanted to ask you is, well, let's talk about it. So companies these days are making moves not for customers. We see less and less of customer service and more service to business and stockholders and the shareholders of major companies. Apple, Samsung, American Express, American Eagle, PayPal, all of these guys. So in your, since you're the expert on this channel, what are the best, what are, if not the best, but you're the expert. What are you talking about? Expert at eating, yes. But what are the, if not the best, what are good apps that people can invest in that they feel secure, that aren't going to leave them broke tomorrow?
The best apps they can use.
Because I know you can go broke. You can go broke at any time with investing. But there's some stock you don't want to invest in because it's completely unstable in the company. So what are those apps for you? Or those stocks, I'm sorry.
Yeah, well, the best companies that a lot of people say to start with ones that give back dividends. So that way, after so many, I think it's their quarterly reports, after they make a profit or not, after so long, they give you a percentage back on how many shares that you own. So you can end up getting 20 cents per share, $1 per share. But those companies in the long run are going to benefit you if you're going to hold on longer. Now, if you're trying to play the short game, you're going to want to play something that's a little more volatile, but you also don't want to be putting all your eggs in one basket, and also don't be putting in money that you're not afraid to lose.
Right. So 2 questions here, 2 follow-ups. So for a more volatile, quick way, you could buy and then the market goes up, so then you sell, or the market goes down and you sell. But do you think is another volatile way calls and options? Or calls and puts?
You could do calls and puts, but doing that is you need a lot of capital. You have to prove that you have, $2,000 to $5,000 to $10,000, depending on, what kind of options you're trying to do. If you're trying to do a short game, I think the lowest is $2,000 you have to have in capital to show them in the bank. So that way, if you do fail, you have to buy all those stocks. If you choose to do that, then you're screwed for a little while till that stock goes back up.
Right, because it's a contract too, and if the contract runs out, like it usually runs out on a Friday at like 3:30, you're screwed, because even if you wanted to sell after, you can't, and then the stock is expired and all of that, right?
Yep. So you have to do a lot of research and a lot of homework before you start doing options, because I was looking into that and it's very expensive. It's very risky. Like, you can do small ones where you can do 10 contracts of a stock that's only $10. So it's not that bad. That's only $1,000. But
Right. Yeah, I've got friends that have done calls and puts. Now, which one's more risky?
um they're both risky. It's just all a matter of chance, depending on how much research you did on that company and what's about to happen with it.
Right. And I
Most
mean,
of the time, you'll
yeah, go
notice
ahead.
that most companies have like a cap that they normally hit. Like Tesla, for instance, for the longest time, they were capping out exactly like 699 or 700, and that's when
Yeah.
everybody would sell. So if you know it's going to go up, so that'd be the best time to do an option that's going to go up. So you do an option, you know it's going to go up, you make a quick little profit. But you're talking about a 600 and something dollar stock at the time that you're doing it, and you're doing 10 options. That's thousands of dollars that you better hope you have.
Right. You better have that at least half of it or more sitting in the bank.
Yeah.
Now, would you just? I would think of all calls and options. The whole stock market is gambling, but this is really like going to Vegas for a weekend, gambling your life away and hoping for the best. Whereas, the like my way of doing it, the buy and hold option is you're gambling, but you're being a little more careful. You're being a little more smart. It's not your Vegas gambling weekend. Is that kind of how you would compare it?
That's how I would. It's either way, you're still gambling, but either way with Vegas, you're destined to lose. So with the stock market, you're only going to lose if you sell at a loss. If you don't sell at a loss, then you're not going to lose. That's all on you. But it's all on how much you're willing to wait. And if you don't put all your eggs in one basket, the loss on one stock might make up for the difference, and you're making a profit on the other. So in the long run, you got to pick your stocks, do your research, find which one that you believe in, and the ones from the sources that I'm going to try to give some websites. That way, you're able to figure out which one is best for you. Once you hear all the hubbub about it, you're like, well, let me go find out what these guys are talking about.
Yeah, no, exactly. And this is a part of the playlist too, where if experts have that I bring on have or people that know more than me for sure have any websites, I'll take them. Now, what? So I want to get to this. Obviously, you don't go to the box office to buy stock. You don't drive and get down and go to the box office. So obviously, we use
For the
apps and
brokerage.
websites.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
There's always a
what are the
broker involved.
yeah, the broker is the one taking billions of dollars, and you take in and
Exactly.
you give it to the either like Fidelity or Capital One or a Capital Fund or American Fund, whoever, Franklin Templeton. But what are the apps and websites that are good to use? How can people keep track of? All right, what stock is up right now? Which company should I invest in? Things like that.
Well, the best apps that I use at the moment that seem to be easy to use, and they're very user friendly, and they have good referral bonuses, not to mention zero trade commission. So every time you want to buy a stock, it doesn't cost you anything. You go through other ones that I've had before, like Stash and Stockpile. They either charge you $1 or a percentage every time you try to buy it, no matter what the percentage of the stock you're buying or how much of it. It's always this fee, and it adds up. So what I try to use is Webull, and then I also try to use Fidelity.
I like Fidelity for sure. And what makes you use both of those? Let's start with Weeble.
I use Webull because, especially for the app on the phone, being able to track and do all the stuff on it, it's a little more user friendly and I think a little bit easier to track. When it comes to Fidelity, it's a little old school in the app. They've been working on it and they're still working on it, but the charts are hard to follow. It seems to be more of a web user friendly app than it is a phone app. So it just depends on how you feel like trading. But Webull does have a desktop app version on it through the website you can use. I don't know if it's a desktop app, but it's through the website, and it's user friendly
Yeah.
too. It's a little bit better designed than Fidelity, but if you're not familiar with it, it just takes some time getting used to it.
Right. And so what are you tracking when you're on Weeble and let's say Weeble and Fidelity?
Well, if you pick a stock, like I said, Tesla, for instance, and I can get alerted every time it hits a certain price point, whether it goes above it or below it, I get alerted. and then let's say it hits a certain price mark. Now I know I can go check my phone and I can go set it. Okay, well, if it dips again or if it hits a certain price point again, I'm going to buy it. So you can just have a set limit to buy. So if it starts dipping more than what you want, you can hit it. Like, let's say it's going to hit 500 soon. So you have it set to buy at 500. So since it hits 500 or below, it's going to buy however many shares you want. That way you don't have to keep staring at your phone or waste your time if you're busy doing whatever you're doing.
Gotcha. Right. So you're tracking, the price point. And that's what, 500 a share, or is that?
It all depends on whatever stock you're tracking. You can set the alert for whatever price point you want.
Right. So hey, let me know when it hits 200. Got it. Okay. And so basically you track companies and how they're doing their price point that you want. That's kind of what you do on them.
Yeah, and you can also create like a watch list of different stocks that you want to keep track of. So you want to just keep looking at certain stocks or your own stocks, you can do that. You create a little watch list and you can track all these stocks just by looking at them on the app. And then you go to that stock and then you can set different price alerts at certain drops or peaks, whatever you want to call it.
And so do you use Feeble and Fidelity to buy the stock? Right. So let's say it hits a price point you want. It hits, I don't know, 350, 450, 500. You're like, all right, time to go buy. What are you using to buy? What app?
I'm using Webull most of the time because when it comes to transfer money into the account, it's faster through Webull. They also give you kind of like an instant try to cash bonus. So that way you can use whatever money you transferred in there. But that's only to the weekdays. So if you try to transfer money on Friday and you're trying to buy stuff on Saturday or Sunday, it's not going to happen until Monday. But if you try to transfer money into like Fidelity and you're trying to buy, it's not going to be there till like 2-3 days.
A little bit of a drawback on both, but I mean, if you do like on a Wednesday, it should be fine. And what if you did it on a Thursday on Webull?
On a Thursday, it'll still show up on Friday. You'll have the money within a day, within a few hours.
Oh, so the front desk people leave on Friday night and they're like, nope.
Yep. They're like, screw you.
Like, no, F you.
So that's why Webull seems to have a little more beneficial incentives on it, a little more user-friendly because of those benefits versus Fidelity's still lagging.
Right. They're not taking as much commission. Now, what about Robinhood? Is that not a good, of course they've had problems with the GameStop stock and all of that.
They just had that lawsuit. And then on top of them telling investors on Robinhood that you can buy their IPO stock, but you couldn't sell it within, I think, like 3 months or do anything with it because it would be against the regulations. And then yet the shareholders themselves, all of them, even the CEO goes and sells it within 3 days after it's listed as an IPO. And they steal millions. I think it's like $25 million a piece. One of them, I think it was the CEO, was $25 million for selling all his shares.
Yeah.
And the company tanked a little bit and then it shot right back up. I don't know why people believe in it so much on a company that can be so shady. Now, I do have them and I do use them. I don't like to use them, but the fact that I can deposit money in them and instantly be able to use it right away is nice. But they're a shady company, it seems like.
Right. You're not really free to, quote, gamble the way you want. You're not free to explore the stock market the way you want because they're limiting you. Because now they're mad because they said, well, we want to democratize the stock market. Well, guess what, bitches? You did it, and now you're angry.
Yeah.
So with what it was that lawsuit. Well, before we go there, it's crazy. Oh, you can't sell it when it's an IPO. Hey, CEO, 3 days.
Yeah.
Incredible. But what is that lawsuit that they went through? I never knew about that.
Yeah, I'll look it up for you right now.
Ladies and gentlemen, this has been brought to you by telenovela.
It was a $70 million for misleading customer over system outages. So they kept basically blocking users not being able to check or buy or sell any of their options that they had for GameStop. So because of that, people lost millions of dollars or owed millions of dollars.
Wow. So $70 million. So that's all going to go to
all the people.
Is that just going to the FTC? Okay.
I don't know.
So the FTC is going to...
Let me see. Let's see. No, it's hard. I don't know exactly. See, maybe it went to the Securities Exchange Commission.
Yeah, because probably the SEC because that regulates the stock. Yeah,
That's what it
possibly.
sounds like. That's what it sounds like.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay, gotcha. So now, do you have time to just discuss some crypto?
Yeah, absolutely. I have time.
Okay. Um, so I like cryptocurrencies, but for people that don't know what that okay, if they're asking what the hell is crypto, I know they've heard of it, but there are some people. Oh, and last comment on Robinhood,
Yeah.
you have a lot of people that don't know much, right? They don't know much. They don't know about the shady activity, so that's why they're joining still. Um, and they're like, oh, they'll get better. But anyway, for
Right.
for those who don't know what crypto is, cryptocurrency, can you explain in the easiest way what is crypto? And yeah, what's crypto?
I try to explain it the simplest way because it's like it still can get confusing. It's like all it really is a cyber currency. It's just in like an internet currency. So like when you watch a movie and they're like, oh, it's like space credits. It costs this much. It's what it
Right.
is. It's whatever currency that they use at the moment, wherever it is. So for instance, if Bitcoin seems to be the highest one that everyone takes, and that's one of the number one currencies accepted at a lot of businesses and places, then that's what it is. It's just a cryptocurrency that people accept that runs on some type of blockchain or some type of network.
Right. Okay. So it's basically an internet currency you can use to do different things. Now, people can make their own crypto coins. What you're seeing now after Dogecoin took off was people just randomly decided on a random freaking Tuesday or Friday or freaking Saturday is, you know what? I'm gonna make my own crypto coin, just a regular old Joe Schmo from Florida. So how is it that people can make their own crypto coin? That seems. I thought, how do you do that? I
It's
can't
baffling.
really.
Yeah, I'm still learning on that one too. There's a couple websites that let you do that. I don't know exactly how you fund it, exactly how you set it up, but I was looking into it. But it's very interesting. It's almost like making basically starting your own NFT. You create your own little account. You start creating your own little art, and then it becomes an NFT, and then you can start to sell it and get cryptocurrency for it. It's ridiculous.
So it's basic. But if I'm making, like, if I were to make my own dollar bills, right? Let's say I'm gonna make my own dollar bills.
Yeah.
It's illegal, but
Right. But a cryptocurrency is not.
right. But I could go and get some colored paper and turn it into something. How does it work for crypto? I mean, how do you differentiate between the coins?
It's just basically a what do they call it? I think
Is it like IP addresses?
it's kind of like that. I'm trying to think of it because, like with Ethereum, they call it an Ethereum code or Ethereum chain. You can actually find out exactly whose wallet it came from and who it got sold to and who originally even owned it. So it's kind of like that.
Right.
So when you're creating it, you're creating basically this blank currency, and it only has whatever value that you can get people to pump into it. And then once people start trading it, then you have your serial number on that dollar bill, I guess you could say.
Got it. Right. Okay. Huh. So now that we know what crypto is, it's sort of like stock, right? What's the difference between stock and crypto?
Well, the thing about crypto and stock is they both fluctuate with each other depending on what's going on with the governments, what's going on with the trade about it, with the financing, with these the treasury departments are thinking about what they're going to do with these cryptocurrencies. Like take El Salvador, for instance. They said that they were going to start taking Bitcoin, and they're still voting on it, and they're trying to make that their main currency. Well, because of that, that's obviously going to raise the price of Bitcoin. So because of that, just like a stock, it's going to go up. And because you know this information, you can go ahead and buy it when it's low, and you know it's going to go up later down the road.
Yeah, especially because right now crypto is just like loose money that people are trading with, and you can actually earn real money off of like dollars. But then once a country takes that and decides, all right, I like this currency, we're gonna vote on it and make this the currency of El Salvador, Chile, China, whoever, Nicaragua, they're gonna go up. So now it depends on how good the economies are there. Otherwise, it's gonna fall. So, bit of a tricky thing there. Now, with stocks, you can use them as payment methods, right? But are we going to start to see right? Like right now, if I want to go and order off Uber Eats because big belly, right? So if I want to go order off Uber Eats, if I want to go pay for a hotel, if I want to go buy an iPad, they have payment methods: Discover, Mastercard, PayPal, Apple Pay.
And it's like Bitcoin, Dogecoin, Ethereum, Bitcoin.
Right. So are they going to start and
Well,
whatever cash
there's
cash?
a lot of companies already accepting that. Besides a lot of mom and pop shops, you'd be surprised. You go to a Dogecoin or cyber currencies or just any type of currency that you follow that you invest in. You can follow them on a Reddit page, and you can see people accepting it and showing you how they do it. Through a Coinbase wallet or through some other type of Coinbase wallet that you can use.
Right. But do you see it becoming a payment method on a global scale?
Oh, definitely. I think it's going to be used more through outside before the bigger people start doing it, because they want to see how well it's going to do before they get invested into it. But all the smart ones are already doing it.
Right. So maybe a local mom and pop shop will say, hey, you can come buy your kids ice cream and pay with crypto.
Exactly.
Right.
Like,
okay.
Because I was watching this Thai place, this guy was picking up his food and paid him in Dogecoin.
Now, how do you do the prices, right? Because at a Thai place, they might charge you
exactly
25,
whatever
35.
it's worth, whatever the meal is. So I think it was like $21.96. So it'd be however much Dogecoin at the time, that's what it cost. That's how much Dogecoin you'd send them. So it's exactly how it works. No different than you coming over and exchanging your money from a different country, giving them pesos, but it has to be the exact number of pesos worth in dollars to pay for your meal, if they accepted pesos.
Right. So if it was $25, depending on the currency, it could be worth more or it could be worth less.
Exactly. So it's beneficial for you because let's say you bought all that Dogecoin at 7 cents and now it's worth 30 cents. Well, you're like, screw it. I don't have to give very much Dogecoin. I'll pay for my meal like that. Easy peasy.
Right. And of course they wouldn't accept less, they would accept more. Now, how would I pay if I walk into a donut shop? Because you know me, donuts, right? I walk into a donut shop and I order my 22 boxes of donuts, and okay, you're gonna pay your donuts, huh?
It'd be really easy. You would just pull out your Coinbase wallet and you would type in how much Ethereum or Dogecoin or Bitcoin you want to send them, and it'll tell you the dollar amount. And they're gonna pull out their Coinbase little QR code, and you're gonna pull out yours, and you're gonna scan it, and bam, it gets sent to them instantaneously.
Okay, so it's like PayPal where you have the barcode
like
and then you just put your phone to it. Got it. Are we gonna see? So you're thinking the small people are gonna do it first, and then we're gonna be able to buy Southwest airline tickets and Kelly Blue Book, or I'm not Kelly Blue Book,
or even Ticketmaster. Think about it like that. Ticketmaster. Besides plane tickets, you'll be able to buy your next car at Toyota, with Bitcoin or Dogecoin
or Dogecoin or.
Yeah.
Now, okay. So how are these companies, right? If I go to a dealer, or let's just say I go to an airline and I buy a $250 ticket. Well, obviously they already made their money, $250. But let's say I pay that its equivalent in crypto. Yeah. How are they making money exactly? Because it's not a certified currency in the US yet. So how are they making money? How are they not like, you know what I mean?
The way that they're making money is either they're selling it right away and they're getting their money's worth out of it, they're getting their cash for it, or they're holding on to it, waiting for it to go up, and then they can sell and liquidate it, like what Tesla did. What Elon Musk did. He went and bought all that Bitcoin and he held on to it for a big, I think it was a couple months, maybe at least 6 months. And then he went and sold a big chunk of it all. And then he started saying, well, I'm not going to set Bitcoin anymore. With the Teslas anymore. So as soon as that happened, then of course Bitcoin went down and Tesla went down. So it's like they go hand in hand. You have crypto, you have companies, you have CEOs manipulating it. So it's like you have all these things that go hand in hand. So it's like you have to be careful about which ones you invest
in. And two things. Number one, it takes a really good level-headed person to really make calculated moves. You have to make really calculated moves. But when I saw Elon Musk do that, he's a smart son of a gun.
Yeah, he is.
I
I'm
don't.
sure he
I
bought a
don't.
bunch more after that.
He did buy a bunch more after
I
that,
wouldn't doubt it,
but
but that's how they manipulate it so that they can do the same thing with the stock market. They say a bunch of crap about it, then it goes down, then they buy more of it, and then as soon as it goes back up at the peak, they sell a bunch of it.
right. I personally, I wouldn't have done it because it made Tesla go down, and Tesla is a bubble. So right now, so
He could care
so
less. He knows that company's above $700 company.
yeah, but still, even for me, that's why he's there and I'm not. But
Right?
even for me, I'd be like, I don't
That's why we're
know.
investing in crypto. We're trying to catch up to him.
Yeah. Now, I'm gonna ask you a question here, and I don't know if you're gonna be able to answer it. No, everyone I've talked to hasn't been able to answer it. Which crypto? Well, first off, do you ever see the U.S. going? All right, we got our dollar bills and whatever.
Well,
Do you ever see the U? Do you ever see the U.S.
to answer that
deciding to
question,
certify?
I will start with they're doing a bunch of regulations and laws that they're trying to figure out. They're still trying to understand cryptocurrency themselves. They have no clue. So basically writing about laws about something that they have no clue about, trying to regulate. And then you have England on the other hand that's already making a cryptocurrency to be with their pound. So it's basically going to be like a digital pound. So it's like it makes you wonder, how's it going to work? Is it going to keep the same value as the pound? Is it going to have more value? Like, how's it going to work? So that's still interesting and something I'm still waiting to hear more about and get more information about. So that way, maybe once other countries get theirs situated, then maybe the United States will figure theirs out.
Well, the United States, ever since the 1980s, has been the slower country to figure things out.
Exactly.
China and everybody else, even England. Hey, may go to even England when East London were figuring it out before the United States.
But we do have a digital dollar currency already that we use in order for you to exchange currencies to a dollar, so you can exchange it to get actual dollars into your account. And I believe it's Tether, like USDOT or something like that.
Yeah, it's USDOT.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking. Now,
And most
so are
likely
you?
that's going to be the one that the United States will end up accepting or working with. Because if you already have one in place and people already use it, why fuck up a good thing, right?
Yeah, I guess. So are you saying, let's say they use USDOT? If they don't go with that one, are they going to take one of these other Dogecoin, Bitcoin, whoever else there is, and say, we're going to certify you? Or are they going to go, screw it, we're going to make our own new original currency?
No, I have a harder time believing that they would actually take a currency to be theirs, like Bitcoin, like El Salvador, for instance, because it's not feasible. Now, if you already have one that's the exact same value as your currency, it's an easy transition. Now, if you're trying to transition to something over that's totally different, two different values, how does that work? How are you going to make it work? People are going to panic. There's going to be a market crash.
Oh, there's going to be a market crash even if they use the one with their equal value or greater value.
I think it was Iraq or Iran, one of those Middle Eastern countries. They were changing the currency over, and people thought, oh, this is going to be the new currency. You got to invest in it now, or you can't. So it was basically like a scam. All these people from this country took all the money invested in this currency, and it never took off. They basically had, paperweights.
Right. Yeah. So do you see the okay, so let me rephrase the question this way. When are we going to get a notification from the US government that says we have two currencies and the only crypto you can use here's another crypto you can use in this country, it's US government certified. When is that happening?
I think the only time we'll get talks about that is once they can get settled about how they're going to regulate it, who's going to regulate it, how's it going to work, who's going to be in charge of it, who's going to. There's a lot of who, what, where still. Like I said, they're still writing laws and regulations about it, and they still don't understand it themselves. And I feel like they need to research it more, learn about it, see how it works, test one out, even see how it works. Do your research on the ones that are already in place and see if it's going to be an easy fix or transition, because people are going to want it, because I don't know why not. It's going to be a lot more regulated than you think, because like I said, it's basically serialized digitally. It's like when those people stole and hacked those pipelines and got those Bitcoin, eventually, that Bitcoin that they got, it was inked. So basically, when they went to go use it or sell it to whoever they did, they couldn't use it. And they knew exactly what wallet it came from. So they know whose wallet it came from. They just have to trace that IP address and figure out where they are. So basically, your wallet is no different than having a walking, IP address wherever you go whenever you use it. So they know exactly when, where, and who, when, where they used all that money.
Yeah, whereas a dollar bill, you can kind of hide that, of course.
Exactly. Like I said, if you wanted to have somebody killed, like some guy did try to kill his wife for some Bitcoin, somebody found out about it, the guy went and paid the guy in Bitcoin. So the guy did get the Bitcoin, never killed the guy's wife. But they know where the Bitcoin is. So once that guy uses that Bitcoin, they got the guy.
Yeah.
But so people think that the money's, it's untraceable. It's going to be a black market currency. It's like yes and no. There are going to be people that can use it for that, but it's also traceable at the same time. So it's like I would be a fool to want to pay somebody in cryptocurrency to do something shady versus paying them in cash with a bunch of low-end bills that's going to be more untraceable. I'm like, yeah, I think that makes a little more sense.
Right, and on the black market, you're not. And on the black market, you're changing your name, you're changing your identity, right? I guess I've never done it, but now, is there right now? Right now we have the.
I'm just kidding.
Now I wonder what you've done now. Anyway, now we have the USDOT and all of that. We have dollar bills. Do you see crypto dollar bills coming out or crypto bills?
Like an actual physical bill?
Yeah.
No, I don't. Wouldn't see that being possible or feasible because the whole point of it is trying to be less of an impact on the earth, and yet Bitcoin pollutes the most. So,
no kidding.
Right. So the whole point of having a cryptocurrency is to be, instantaneous, use it wherever, be accepted everywhere, have value. But the way you have to get the currency or keep the currency, on this blockchain going is very polluting for the earth, not to mention how many computers you have to use and waste and the amount of energy. It's like, I'm sure they have a bunch of solar hubs and they can build a bunch of Bitcoin miners and stuff, but you have to come up with a currency that's more efficient, that doesn't need all that. You have to have one that's secure, but doesn't need such extreme measures for security / incentive for people to do it for them and get a small portion of Bitcoin out of it.
Right. Now I see the cryptocurrencies as whichever one they use to certify, whichever one they certify, or whichever one they use in the United States, that's going to be government, a new way for the NSA to track us. Thank you, Edward Snowden, for letting us know that info. So I'm not sure if you know about that, but now what? So how do I word this question? So for crypto and all of that, can you use the same apps, Feeble and Fidelity, to trade, or do you have to use others?
Oh, well, the benefit of Webull is you can buy cryptocurrency and you can buy stocks. But from what I understand, I don't see anywhere on the app that you can transfer that cryptocurrency to somebody who wanted to make a transaction, like Coinbase, for instance. You can only buy cryptocurrency through that app, but you get a crypto wallet through it, and you can transfer that money to anybody's other crypto wallet, especially Coinbase. Now, with Fidelity, that's only stocks. And if you need to buy other cryptocurrency, you have to find a different crypto wallet like Kraken. And you know all about that one. We use that one. But they have a transfer fee at the ass that you have to go from your bank to transfer money over. And it costs you $25 or who knows how much. And you end up paying you more, end up costing you more in the long run trying to buy just a cryptocurrency just so you have a wallet to transfer it to somebody else.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. Now, do you have your top recommendations for people to work with, or does it really depend?
Yeah, well, it just depends on what you see yourself doing with the crypto. If you see yourself using it as a wallet and being able to use it for transactions, then I would say get a Coinbase, account. Now, if you're gonna try to flip it around and make some money off of it, like a stock, then I would say use Webull because you can buy both.
Correct. So, is it going to be possible? Let's say that let's say I want to transfer money to you, but I have a different currency, and a different crypto, and a different wallet. Can I transfer? You're saying that if I have Bitcoin and let's say you have Dogecoin, I can transfer to you. You can transfer to me, or is that not how it works?
Yeah, you could do that. It just depends. Like with Coinbase, you could easily do something like that from Coinbase to Coinbase. Now I haven't double checked, but I'm pretty sure that you can send to another crypto wallet through Coinbase as well. But
Right, right.
there's a couple other wallets I've looked into. There's some third party ones that, there's some shady ones too you gotta watch out for because you buy it and then go and use it to buy something, and next thing you know, all your crypto's gone. So it's like you gotta be smart about the ones that you do. Look at the reviews, find the ones that that you think that you're gonna like, that's user friendly too. But Coinbase seems to be an easy one, but I just don't like the fees on it. You pay 3% after everything, so it's like it costs you in the long run. It's not easy.
Yeah.
It's not free like Webull. You can buy as much, Bitcoin or Ethereum Classic as you want, and you don't get charged all these fees. But you can't transfer to another crypto wallet that I know of yet. So until they make a crypto wallet for Webull, then it'll be a little more, make a little more sense.
Easy.
There. Yeah.
Yeah, they've got to fix it up a little. Now, last couple questions for you, if you have time.
Yeah.
Okay. So, how if let's say the U.S. says, "All right, we got our crypto, we're going to use USTOD or this crypto or that crypto."
Yeah.
Are they going to say it is illegal to use Bitcoin, Ethereum, Dogecoin? Are they gonna start saying that and say no, you can't use that? That those aren't certified here in the U.S. You can't use those as payment to buy, to sell, to pay for your things that you need here, for your house or whatever. Are they gonna do that?
I don't think they're gonna say no. I just think that if they're gonna have theirs, they're gonna want that one. So yeah, they're gonna have to basically convert it over to get that one to pay with that stuff that you want to use. Or if not, you're just gonna have to be stuck paying other businesses that will accept it.
Are they going to limit other business? Now they're about deregulation, so I'm not sure. Right, depends on the party in power, but Democrats are the same way too. They say they're for regulation, but then they deregulate Wall Street. So are they going to?
Right.
But are they going to say to businesses, "Hey, you better not accept these, or you're going to get taxed more, or you're going to get this, or it will shut your business down"? Are they going to do?
I can see them saying that you can't use this cryptocurrency because it's a black market currency, and who funds it and this and that. So you can't. So I can see them saying that, okay, well, Coinbase can't use this one anymore, and all the platforms that sell it will no longer be able to use it or sell it because of such regulation. So that you can see towards the future. If somebody does create one and does have shady intentions with it and has been doing shady intentions with this, they're basically going to RICO that currency.
Okay. Now with the dollar bill, right? So the dollar bill, we have different security purchases. China owns all of our dollar bills, all of our currency pretty much. They own the most out of Japan and everybody else because that's how the United States pays off its debt, is they give people our currencies. So, but it doesn't really go up or down too much, right? So let's say the US gets a cryptocurrency, we're good, it's certified. How is it going to impact the economy?
Like I said, if
it's so volatile.
Yeah, if they switch it over to one that's not volatile, like USDT, because it stays stable with the dollar, I don't think it's gonna really change the economy or cause a big bump in it at all, or towards the market either. I think it'll be an easy transition.
Would the United States use it to just wipe out our debt? Because they're able to, they don't want to. But if they actually wanted to, do you think they could say, "Hey, countries, have some crypto"?
No, I don't think they would.
Where does it put us on the world stage? How competitive would it put the United States against China?
I think it would only put us at a competitive edge because China has so many regulations on the Bitcoin mining and them trying to ban Bitcoin and all this. So they have basically not a good attitude towards it. So if we accept it or have ours started and start accepting it, I think they're gonna start doing it on their end too.
So it would create a geopolitical advantage there.
I think so.
No, right. Okay. So now with Bitcoin, are there actual physical coins or is it all digital?
No, it's all digital unless you print one yourself through a 3D printer. Not a real Bitcoin, but you can make one.
Yeah, you can't use it.
You can check it at someone. It would be fun to pull out and be like, hey, do you sell Bitcoin? I literally got one.
I like your Bitcoin. Yeah, no, I'm excited for crypto and stocks, and I'm very interested to see where it goes.
I never even got to tell you what websites for your users to use.
Right. So let's go ahead and end this segment. So Shawn, of course you've said about the website. So let's go ahead. So let's start with the stocks. What websites? You don't have to list the URLs. Just tell them then.
Well, some of these will actually help you be able to track stocks or crypto. You just got to tell it what you're looking or what you want it to track for you. And it's either you're a member or not a member. Some of them let you track a few stocks at a time. If not, you got to be a member. But I'll list you the websites. One of them is simplywallstreet.com, wallstreetwarriors.com. That's a group that I follow that somebody created through a page off of the Wall Street Bets page, because he said Wall Street Bets is just a bunch of amateurs. So he created wallstreetwarriors.com. So I do follow Wall Street Bets as well, because you can get some good chit chat on there, but you got to do your own research and figure out what they're talking about or where they're getting it from. And then the other one that I use to track all the options for trading, so you can see by the time on Friday when the market's going to close, which way the market's going to go. So if you want to play options or you just want to see which way a stock's going to go, depending because of the options, you use marketbeats.com. And then a lot of people talk about Bazinga, and you'll see that a lot of the stock apps for a lot of sources for stories, but that's no good. They're short stories and it's very little information, so they're garbage.
And then you also include Feeble and Fidelity, right? I think Shawn might have cut out. Let's go ahead and check this. Hold on a second, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to make sure he's here. Shawn, you there?
Yeah, my phone switched over to Wi-Fi for a second. That's what happened.
Yeah. I was like, "Where's Shawn?"
Yeah.
Okay, so now I don't remember what else you were saying, but I was asking you, is Fidelity also one of those other websites you use?
Fidelity is the one that I use to buy stocks and stuff. But the only thing about it is, like I said, it takes too long to get the money transferred in for you to use it. You can use it to set alerts, for certain price points, and you can use it to be able to buy stocks at a certain price point too. But like I said, if the money takes too long to get there, then you've already missed your opportunity to make that money.
Right. And then Feeble as well. Feeble's a little bit better on that.
Yeah. Are you saying Feeble or Weeble?
I said Feeble, but it's Weeble. I'm very, yeah.
I don't want people to get confused. And I'm like, this guy.
Yeah. Wait. He didn't talk about Feeble. Yeah, wait. Let me go back to. Hold on. I don't remember. Yeah, they're gonna kill me for that. So we will list all of those websites in the description. We will kind of put a little description for you so you know exactly what kinds of apps they are or what they're about, just like a little tiny sentence. And then the URL link will be right there. And then now Shawn, did you mention me? I don't know if you mentioned this, but that they can get some free referrals or something, or free apps or free stocks?
Yeah. If they sign up with my referral with Weeble, they're able to get 2 free apps when they sign up and deposit money in there. I think it's like $5 or more, or something like that. And then for every referral you give out, that you get somebody else to sign up, I believe you get 4 free stocks.
Oh, well, that's
So I
nice.
just so I just referred my buddy Ben the other day, and he deposited money, and I just got 4 free stocks. Now the cool thing about the stocks is they can be valued up to $300 a piece. So if you get
nice.
all 4, you can get it for $1,200.
Yeah, and now is it stocks in one company, or do they
stocks in one company, and it can like I said, the value of the stock. So if it's a $5 stock, that's what you get, one valued stock at $5, because that's what it is for one share of that company. So I'm assuming the companies that they're talking about that are valued at $300 is going to be something really high up there. So for Apple, you can get a stock for Apple for all you know.
Yeah,
so
exactly. So they
know?
pick. So they pick the.
No, you don't get to pick. It's random. That's how it works.
Gosh. Okay, so it's like kind of like a lottery kind of thing.
Like a lottery, exactly.
Okay. So we will put all of those in the description. If Shawn, you can write the little things for me, and then I'll just copy paste. And write in the comments down below. I always tell people to comment, and they don't really, but you never know. We might inform people. Let us know what you think. Let us know if you have an extra point to make. You want to debate with Shawn in the comments. And then I will pass the comments on to him. Go ahead and ask your questions if you have any
questions.
Yeah, ask any questions. This is all very tricky. We will be talking more about cryptos. We'll be talking more about stock and all of that. But definitely ask your questions in the comments down below, and make sure you add this playlist to the to your playlists and your watched playlist, so that you have every new video that I release is going to be on this playlist itself. So make sure you go ahead and do that. Make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. Make sure you push that notification bell so you never miss Shawn in his birthday suit. I'm just kidding. He was not. He probably was, but that's why he was hidden.
Hey, I wasn't like the CEO of AMC. At least I was wearing some pants.
Yeah. Well, you're not Jeffrey Toobin from CNN what was it when he was freaking jacking off?
Yeah, I was jacking off. Yep, during the meeting. Yep.
How turned on can you get from elections? Oh yeah. Oh, election maps. Oh fuck.
I must have been really trying to stay awake.
He was like, "Now, how do I stay awake?" Ooh, that staffer's hot. Oh my god. I hope I don't get canceled. You never know these days.
Right.
You never know. Well, Shawn, I'd like to thank you for coming on the channel. It's been a lot of fun. And hopefully,
I hope to do it again.
Yeah. I mean, hey, whenever you can come on, I would love for you to come on. I mean, I don't mind it at all. So next time you see something in the market you want to discuss, let me know. We'll bring you right back on. This time with pants and and a shirt. So, but all right, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe, and we will see you next time.
All right. Bye, Jason.
All right. See ya.